What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show, brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. You talk about them every week here on the network. They do so much work for us, and they are super affordable. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You'll get 15% off your entire order. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commish Bomber. NBL Live broadcast 239, and do we have a doozy of a game coming up for you? It's a battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Indianapolis Colts. Bomber, when we looked at this Cowboys team, I think everybody sort of expected Z-Star back-to-back NBL Super Bowl champions in Madden 18 coming into Madden 19. I think we all knew that the the Dallas Cowboys were going to be good. The Indianapolis Colts, though, I think have been one of the major surprises here in the NBL. Or he's gone. Or his microphone's still muted. He might be dead, though. That's cool. All by myself.
What's going on?
Is that
my
NBL? You nailed it.
The Uber? Hey, that was horrible.
What is going on, everyone? Uber YouTuber is here on the NBL Network.
I think at one point you need to actually just dress like him and go ahead, find a clip from him and just dress exactly what he's wearing that day. Get the gear, and then we'll run it side by side. You'll say it at the same time as him.
Here's all I'm saying. Okay, I don't wanna confirm any rumors. I'm just saying that there might be a competition with a 40-yard dash involved with Uber. We're in the talks. Talks have begun. Just saying.
Be a handicap, though, man. Uber's getting in shape, though.
Yeah, it's true, but Uber also challenged me to a chicken winging contest, so it's going to be like a big challenge. I'm just saying.
Cowboys. We got a great game tonight, though.
Should be great. Yeah. Cowboys and Colts. Cowboys, the feature of building the franchise this season. The Colts, though, they've been a major surprise hanging around that AFC South and being one of those teams I don't think anybody wants to face late in the season.
Yeah, the Indianapolis Colts is just one of the two teams left on the Dallas Cowboys schedule that you kind of look at and you go, man, this is a really good challenge for Dallas coming in. Dallas is not playing well. I've been covering them for quite a while, and they're still winning, and they're obviously a great team right now. I mean, their record shows that they're top the NFC 12-1, but I'll tell you what, they're winning some grind-out games by 3 points. They just beat the Eagles by, I believe it was 12-3 or something like that. And it's just been close games, grinded-out games. The offense isn't scoring the 25, 30 points that we're used to seeing. So they have some tests at the end. They got the New York Giants to close out Week 17. Right here in Week 15, they take on these Indianapolis Colts, who, as you said it right now, this might be the team you look in the AFC right now and you go, this might be a team that knocks out one of these home field teams in the wild card round. A very dangerous Indianapolis Colts team. A little suspect at quarterback right now as they're bouncing between Andrew Luck and Jacoby Brissett. Andrew Luck has had some issues fumbling. He's been injured. Jacoby Brissett has been kind of their staple so far this season. 13 touchdowns on the season for Jacoby Brissett, 15 interceptions. Not necessarily a guy you want to say, hey, those numbers really stick out. But, man, I'll tell you what, OSU, I'm liking these Colts. And I think if Andrew Luck comes in today, and let's say they start him, this might be one of the most dangerous teams we've ever seen going into the playoffs.
Let's take a look at the players to watch for today's game between the Cowboys and the Colts. And first, on the side of the Dallas Cowboys, Byron Jones at corners having a really nice season. 7 interceptions and 2 of them going to the house, 24 tackles and a sack. Bomber, you know better than anybody, this Cowboys defense. They have actually been keeping the Cowboys in games. Everybody talked about the offense of the Dallas Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott, with Dak Prescott, but they've had some struggles, as you've mentioned. It's been the defense that's kept these teams in games and has been able to put the Dallas Cowboys in the position that they are.
Hey, you look at Byron Jones right now and you think to yourself, okay, this is a great player, great secondary player. He can make some plays. He can lock down. It hasn't necessarily been the case that way. They're 21st against the pass this season, but they're 7th in points allowed. You know why? Because this defense creates turnovers, and he's a big part of the reason why this team's successful. 7 interceptions on the season for cornerback Byron Jones. He's been phenomenal, and I just watched him get a pick there on the live game a week ago against the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, they're on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League.
Let's talk about the quarterback situation in Indianapolis. Jacoby Brissett, we have been told Jacoby Brissett will be getting the start. 89.5 passer rating, 2,100 yards on the season, 13 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. That number, 89.5, okay, here in the NBL, Bomber, that puts him pretty middle of the road, and he has been a game manager. We know that he has more interceptions than touchdowns, but this Colts team is in position for a playoff spot because their quarterback play has been good enough to get him there.
Since day one, I've always said if you had a 90 QBR, that kind of puts you in a position where I know if your defense is good, your running game is making plays, a 90 QBR quarterback, I think could get it done and go on a legit playoff run. I like to see the 100. I like to see the triple-digit mark, but a 90 QBR, I've seen it happen before. He's slightly under that right now. I know the playoff pressure might get to him. I think Andrew Luck is the better play. But yeah, Brissett is kind of in the second tier towards the upper middle of that second tier with that 89.5. Still a good solid number, and I'd like to see him close out against Dallas Cowboys. We're going to see what we really got here with Jacoby Brissett.
Let's take a look at what our Bleacher Report team predicted for today's game between the Cowboys and the Colts. Bananas, Fella, JB, and Adam all going the way of the Dallas Cowboys. Only one loss on their record. They're having a fantastic season. Unisolated and Timbo taking what I think most people would consider is the upset today, and the Indianapolis Colts. One advantage the Colts do have in this game, Bomber, it's going to be in Indianapolis. But the Dallas Cowboys have proved over and over that they can continue to win. It's time to get to our prediction for today's game. Bomber, who do you like? Are the Colts going to pull off the upset at home and get maybe that marquee win for their record? Or the Dallas Cowboys going to do what they have done for the majority of the season, which is continue to win and continue on a strong ride towards the playoffs?
All right, before I get my prediction, I do want to say that this is the glare game. These are both home stadiums that have insane glare.
Absolute fact.
So Dallas has no excuse, and the Colts have no excuse for the glare. They should be used to it by now, but 100% certain if this game takes place at any time during the day, I didn't see where they said the kickoff time in Madden was for this game, it's going to have some glare. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jamie in the chat. He might not be in the chat right now. He's currently traveling back from vacation. But you notice we upgraded our badges. So we have a bronze, a silver, and a gold. A gold is if you're 6 months or more. A bronze is if you just recently subscribed, and a silver is 3 months to 6 months. So you see
that's the order I would have told them in too. Good job.
Huh?
What a random order to tell those badges in. Gold, bronze, silver. Sure. Who do you like in the game today?
I'm trying to get our groove back, man. I feel like Stella. We're just trying to get our groove back right now. We haven't done more. I'm going to be coming on every NBL Live moving forward. We're back. The tag team's back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. And I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys tonight.
Yeah,
I know they're on the road, but that's my building the franchise team. I got to go with them. I'm picking them to win the championship. 12-1. They're going to 13-1. This is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Dallas Cowboys 31. Indianapolis Colts 13. I think Jacoby Brissett shows himself to be what he truly is, a backup quarterback tonight.
Well, there's only one way to find out is to get into this game. Should be a fantastic one as we're getting now down to playoff time. It is all right around the corner. We're going to be looking at the probably the end of the weekend when we get into NBL playoffs, so you're going to want to stick around because we have a ton of great matchups. Matt McCord in the chat saying, who made the player to watch graphics? That is Jamie, our graphics guy. Shout out to Jamie. Let's get to the ball game. Coming up next, a battle between two teams. Well, the Cowboys aren't really fighting for a playoff spot, but the Colts are looking to make some noise and get a marquee win on their schedule. It's the Cowboys and the Colts. T.O. send us off here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's been dropping back to pass here on fourth down. He is looking, deep over the middle. He has a man, it's Brandon Cooks, who catches it, makes a madness!
Oh, that's
Woodard is dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. And we are live, NBL Live here on the NBL Network. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in this Monday night. We've got a great ball game here. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. The glare is real, and I am joined today by the glare in our league. It is the shining star that is Bomber. Bomber,
Wait,
great
hold on.
matchup.
Glare is a shining star.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're the
hold
you're the
on.
bright sunlight shining through the windows. That is our
right.
what is this RCA dome? I
Glare
don't
is
know.
like insanely a negative.
Lucas Oil
thing.
Stadium. Got it.
Nobody likes glare. Like,
No.
Give me some more of that glare. No. Rephrase. All right, let's start over.
Okay,
Let's start over. Broadcast 239.
The sunny to my share. Is that better? Is that better? Did I not do that right?
The sunny to my glare, maybe?
There it is. Boom
There it
skate.
is. There's the glare. It's coming. It's in the
Hey.
red zone, though.
Hey, Jacoby Brissett was slated to start. Now it's Andrew Luck out there, the general himself, thrown over to the right side. That probably should have been picked off. Let's get to some predictions that we got in the chat because we are all over the place. Motor saying Dallas 27-17. Under Oath going, I'll pick the upset. Colts 27-24. Unisolated going 21-14. Colts. Playa going 38-17. Cowboys. Bomber, it's clear from the chat. Nobody has any idea how this game is going to go.
Yeah, it's definitely a back and forth. And you notice one thing. So Jacoby Brissett was supposed to start, and now we're rolling with Andrew Luck, who was the starter early, got hurt, and then had some fumbling issues. And they've been rolling with Brissett all the way to this 9-4 record that they have right now. Let's see if Andrew Luck can kind of find a sweet spot heading into the playoffs. Luck
rolling to the right side, waiting. He's going to check downfield. He has a man. It's in the glare. He found a way to look it into his hands and catch it at the 23-yard line. 45 yards on the play. Bomber looked like a center fielder out there fighting the sun. Rodgers coming down with the catch.
Yeah, you see what happened there? He actually had to switch on and get underneath that ball because if he didn't, that was going to be one of those passes that hits the back of your receiver's head. If you notice that start happening, you have to switch on, guys, and make the play.
Welcome to the
right
network,
there, that's
baby.
what Double A did. He switched on. Receiver made the play in the glare. He don't care.
Oh, boy.
They're almost in the red zone.
They're almost in the red zone. They are, however, in the bright zone. A shout-out to Play for the 8 months of subscribing. It's a play-action pass on 1st and 10. Luck looks over to the right side, has a man complete right near the sticks. I think he's going to be just short of the 13-yard line. Give him 9 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
In coverage right there, you see Vander Esch, the starting linebacker here for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been phenomenal in coverage this season, but they've really loved Jalen Smith and Sean Lee. But right there, you've seen a lot of Vander Esch in the middle of the field, along with Jalen Smith to the left of him on the screen. Watch those two guys. They're big inside of the red zone.
2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Andrew Luck under center. And on 2nd and 1, he's going to hand the ball off. He gets the first down, but Bomber, that was not a great angle of attack there. He had some room if he cuts it upfield, but just kept drifting outside. Gallman does just enough to pick up the first down.
It looked like he was headed west early and often in that run, but there was an opportunity. He was strolling in the park because I don't think the defensive line or the linebackers at that, maybe the glare might be there. They look like they were really sold on that being a play action, and it was actually a handoff. Missed opportunity there for the Indianapolis Colts.
I formation for Andrew Luck and the Colts. 2 wide receivers. Rodgers out to the right, Hilton out to the left, dropping back to pass. On 1st and 10 is Andrew Luck. He'll hit the little angle route underneath, and that was absolutely vetoed in the middle of the Dallas Cowboys defense. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
A struggling team inside the red zone. The Indianapolis Colts place 11th in the league at a 9-4 record. That's kind of about where you expect them to be on most categories. But this is a team that needs to get better in the red zone because we all know playoff football in the NBL is really about success inside the red zone. Let's see if the Colts can get it together here on this first drive.
I formation once again, tight end go motion from right to left. On 2nd and 10, looks like it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and he's going to get stuffed at the 11-yard line. Gallman, so far, Bomber, has not shown the vision they were hoping to see from the former Clemson product.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, just some suspect runs at best here for the Indianapolis Colts halfback, and you got to get some production. When you're inside the red zone, those windows become tighter. The running game becomes more essential. This is a team right now 26th in rushing. They're averaging 47.1 rushing yards per game. No Marlon Mack. You're seeing a lot of Galeman. He's 4.5 yards per carry coming in here on 17 attempts and 0 touchdowns. Let's see if he can get in as you see Hines in the backfield now.
3rd and 10, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end for Andrew Luck as he drops back to pass. Only 3-man rush from the Cowboys, playing very conservative. Luck steps up in the pocket. Luck's going to try to roll out, and he's going to get taken down at the 14-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play, but really nobody open there, Bomber. It just turned out to be a cover 3. They were able to drop back, sit right on the goal line, and Luck could not pick apart that defense. It's going to be a 4th and 12 and a field goal attempt from the 14-yard line. This one a 31-yard attempt. The kick is up, and you might not be able to see it very well, but it is good, and it's 3-0 Colts.
You look at that red zone just efficiency at 11 for the Colts. Right there, it just was not good. And it's because they're playing a top 3 team defensively in the red zone, which is the Dallas Cowboys. This team really tightens up. I said they give away a lot of yards, but they really do play that bend, don't break kind of football. They're not going to give you touchdowns. They're going to create turnovers, and they're going to hold you to field goals. Now, the thing is, can your defense step up to the plate and stop this Zeke the Freak Elliott? And on building the franchise, I got a little nickname for him. I call him second half Zeke. So if he gets going in the first half, you're in big dog trouble. But even if he's slowed down in the first half, he always seems to come along in that second half with a big run or two, and he can really bust out 100 yards and a half at any given moment.
And 1st and 10 now for the Dallas Cowboys, coming out to start in 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver set. Dak Prescott under center, Zeke Elliott in the backfield on 1st and 10. And it looks like Z starts off a little PAFK quick look as Beasley coming in motion on 1st and 10. Takes the snap, play action pass, waiting, looks to the wheel route. It's complete to Cole Beasley, but he's not going to get a ton of that play. Going to get 6. Bomber, something interesting in the chat. Fellow Blitz in the chat saying 9-4 with one of the least talented teams in the league. And that's a very impressive stat that this Colts team, who everybody knew out of the box was going to be one of the weakest teams, Double A's been able to take them to a 9-4 and on the fringe for a playoff spot.
And where were they drafted at?
That would be dead last.
Dead last.
32 out of 32.
It just really shows you, man, that there are weapons literally at any team, and if you just utilize them correctly, you got an opportunity to win here in the NBL.
2nd and 3, Prescott steps up in the pocket, and Prescott's going to sit down on the ground as John Simon, the former Buckeye, takes him down. Loss of 5 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Nice defense there. Very risky defense, though. Calling that cover 2 invert bomber with a post going over the top. Could have been disaster, ended up in a sack.
And that's the problem. You get him into the 2nd and manageable right there, and Dak Prescott's head's not down the field. He's looking just for that first down, OSU. That's plagued them this entire year.
And Prescott dropping back on 3rd and 8. Looks over the middle. That's picked up by the user. Give me that. He's returning it all the way up to the 22-yard line. Walker with the pick. Some great usering in the hole. Give me that ball going the other way.
You know, he said in the chat not too long ago in our private group me chat for the league, the Indianapolis Colts Double A said, the user, he claims he has the most user picks in the NBL. Well, why don't you go ahead and give him another one?
Madden Acorte just got back on calling Indy with the upset 27-17. It's a great start for the Colts here at home as luck drops back on 1st and 10. Has a man underneath. It's complete just past the 20. He's going to fight forward for yards. Taken out at the 13-yard line. That, I believe, is the tight end Doyle with the catch. Give him 9 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, you look at Jack Doyle, tight end. He's got 22 catches on the year. That's his 23rd. Just surpassed 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Eric Ebron, 17 catches, 230 yards and a touchdown. So put those together, they're getting a lot of production out of the tight end spot.
2nd and 1 for Luck. Under center, 2 wide receivers. Fullback's going to split out to the left side. Now a single back formation. Doyle, the tight end on the right side, as he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to toss this to the fullback. What a nice little motion there. Bomber puts the fullback over on the left side, sends him out on a little flat, and he was wide open. The man coverage didn't get over there, and they pick up a 1st down.
You know, a saying comes to mind when you get inside the red zone. You just have to keep it simple, stupid. Just something quick, Get rid of the ball, and just make it a 1-2 read kind of thing there for your quarterback. Simplify the offense for Andrew Luck. Get the running game going. They're in a nice position here to go up 2 scores.
On 1st and goal, it's going to be a handoff over the left side, and looked like everybody was blocked except for Van Der Esch. Shout out to Porter in the chat with the 8 months of subscribing. Appreciate everybody supporting the NBL Network. Whether you're a subscriber, follower, or just tuning in, we certainly appreciate all of you. As this is going to bring up a 2nd and goal. This run game, Bomber, the run game in the goal line, around the goal line this year has just been tough for every team.
If you don't get that initial push from your offensive line, if they're not just completely opposing their physical will on the opponent, you're going to have some problems. You need that push. Or you need a speedster to catch that toss and get outside and find the edge. Let's see if the Colts can kind of figure it out here on their 2nd attempt inside the red zone.
3 tight end set for Andrew Luck on 2nd, and Colts going to be handoff right up the middle. Oh, he's fighting 40, breaks a tackle. He's going to get down to the 3-yard line. Gallman showing a nice leg drive there as it looked like that was going to be stopped for no gain. Instead, he picks up 3. 3rd and goal. Bummer, how important is it for the Colts to get a touchdown here and make sure that they're up at least 2 scores?
It's very important. It's almost like the rule I had with Lip when he was the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have to have with these Dallas Cowboys. If you can get up 2 scores on them, you really take the running game out of it, and you can play just pass coverage defense. I know it's difficult, but here's an opportunity.
Oh, he flips it. Fake to the fullback. Toss it to Gallman. Walk into the end zone. Whip it, big boy. You got in for 6. Nice little play. Faked out the entire defense. Bomber, they get that all-important touchdown to go up 9-0.
Throw up the lip emotes if you got them, because right now, Z-Star and these Dallas Cowboys are drinking behind the wheel, especially in the red zone. Top 3 team in the red zone right now. Oh, they just don't give up touchdowns. And right now, that was just too easy. A little trickery. Fake fullback dive, a little flip to the halfback. Absolutely love it. That's an A+ on execution there for the Indianapolis Colts.
So the early mistake by Dak Prescott turns into 6 for the Indianapolis Colts. They have an early 10-0 lead here at home as we're nearing the end of the first quarter. This return up. Oh, nice little juke move. Get past the 25. Get to the 27-yard line. Can I turn Bomber up a notch? Sure. Sure I can do that.
Am I not loud enough?
Come on, Bomber. You got to yell more. All right, there you go. There, you're up a notch.
Not too much, though. I don't want my...
No, just a notch. He said a notch. I turned him up a notch. I didn't turn him up a bunch. As the Cowboys come back out, trying to recover from that early turnover. It's going to be Dak Prescott in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Play action pass on 1st and 10. Prescott dropping back, waiting, looking, looks over the middle, has him, man. It is complete. Cole Beasley down to midfield. Nice throw there from Dak Prescott. The man coverage just wasn't up to snuff. As these Cowboys receivers, Bomber, maybe a little underrated in the NBL.
They're underrated at what they can do well, but they're honestly just not that athletic. You look at Allen Hurns, you see Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, you got Gallup, the rookie. Will Ty's probably their best weapon right now, number 44. They traded him. They got him for a 3rd-round pick. They sent that to the New England Patriots. Like, they just have problems beating man coverage right now.
And it's a throw over the middle of the field in tight coverage, but it is caught by Allen Hurns up to the 25-yard line. So... maybe there was a little talk on the sideline, Bomber. Clearly a concerted effort to work downfield as they complete 2 deep passes to start this drive, and they're already at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you notice the passing game comes alive, and they can make those kind of throws, and that's what has to keep the defense honest, and then that's really going to open up Zeke the Freak Elliott. So expect him to get a couple carries as they get inside the 30-yard line here. 1st
and 10, shotgun formation for Prescott. Bunch formation, 3 to the left side, 1 over the right side as Prescott takes the snap, dropping back on 1st and 10. Waiting, nobody open. Looks like he was going to take off. He may take off. He's just going to get caught by his ankles. Nice tackle on the right side to bring him down as Basham goes down away from the play. We'll see what happened to him. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard gain by Prescott.
Yeah, that was a nice user tackle, though. I mean, really, that was a lot of space. I've noticed, actually, I mean, obviously you couldn't hit it if you're the quarterback or you'd throw it, but I actually hit Y a couple games ago in that scenario when a guy was jumping and it actually made him miss. I timed it where
you could hurdle it away from it? That's
yeah,
nice.
You kind of hurdled away. And sometimes the computer does that automatically for you. But I thought it was kind of cool, man. You know, you get that little opportunity to get away from those kind of tackles. But obviously Prescott couldn't do it there. As Zeke Elliott runs at the middle, picks up a few. I think a 4-yard gain. 4-yard gain for Elliott. First time we've called his name today. Bomber, if you've watched NBL Live in the past, this is very reminiscent of the Pittsburgh Steelers from last year. It is a team that likes to pass the ball early. Even the Chargers of last year passed the ball early, and then Zeke Elliott closes out in the second half. Yeah, absolutely. When you see that, that's why we call him second half Zeke. When you see him start getting going, he's really a load to handle. And the defensive line at that point is really just kind of worn down in the second half. And then Zeke's fresh, and he just comes out and balls out. And that's been the recipe for success for the Dallas Cowboys.
Big opportunity here for the Colts to force him into a field goal attempt. Shotgun formation. Prescott dropping back on 3rd and 5. Waiting, looking, looks for the tight end. Oh, that's way too easy. We talked about Will Ty. He pulled down the touchdown right over the top. And, Bomber, that is why when you're that far back, that was on the 25-yard line, it's why I don't like any of those sort of too high safety looks, because so many guys will run those seams with the tight end and high pass it over your linebacker who just can't drop back into that fast enough.
Yeah, and that was just a nice little double move from the tight end position, a little out and up. And he ran a slant underneath it, which the slant held the user to stay home. And when he stayed home, he just went over the top to the little double move. It was just a very nice, well-executed play there for the Dallas Cowboys.
Good return there as the Colts will start on the 30-yard line. We've seen them have 2 drives so far. They started with the ball. Were able to get a field goal after getting stopped inside the goal line. Second drive, short field. They took over at the 24-yard line, but were able to get 6. They've already had some success against this Cowboys defense. Let's see if Luck and the Colts can continue to do that. They're going to start out with an empty backfield. 4 wide receivers and 1 tight end. As Andrew Luck drops back to pass on 1st and 10. Waiting, looking. Looks underneath, spin move back inside. He'll pick up a couple to the 36-yard line. Give him 6 on the play. And, Bomber, that's been one of the things I've been most impressed with this Colts team. They're really, really adept at just getting what they can on 1st down and cutting it down to a 2nd and manageable.
Yeah, if you can keep yourself into a situation where it's 2nd and manageable, 3rd and manageable, your opportunity for success just increases that much. And I think the Indianapolis Colts have a great formula on offense. Great play calling so far.
2nd and 4, shotgun formation for Andrew Luck once again. He's going to split Gallman out to the left side. He's got Hines in the backfield still on 2nd and 4, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. 1 over the left side. It's going to be Luck dropping back to pass on 2nd down. Steps up, looks over the middle, completes it, and he's got some room. To the 35, to the 30, cuts it back inside. He'll be taken down to the 28-yard line. Moore with the catch. Little juke move. Nice catch. It was one-on-one with a linebacker and Bomber. Those linebackers, I don't care who you got. You can't go one-on-one with Moore.
Yeah, absolutely not. Even though you have athletic Jalen Smith, Sean Lee has been phenomenal this year. You got the rookie Vander Esch. It's still just too much of a task to go one-on-one with number 82.
So formation for Luck. He's got 3 wide receivers. Going to hand it off over the left side. A little strong power. One of the favorite plays here. Not a whole lot going on, Bomber. This was a play that was money in Madden 18. But in 19, especially when you bring any sort of pressure, the linebackers are much quicker and are able to get to the running back.
You thought it was money in 18, and I think in Madden like 16, it was like crazy. Anything out of the pistol at one point, it might have actually been Madden 15. It was one of the most aggressive, most dominant runs in the game. Right now, yeah, it seems like it just, it's a hit or miss right now for people trying to run the ball.
2nd and 11, play action pass for Andrew Luck as he sets in the pocket. Only a 3-man rush. Luck rolling out to the left side. Not a whole lot there. He's just going to chuck this out of bounds. Nice job there by Luck. Seeing nothing down the field.
He almost threw that.
He tried. You could see the wheels turning.
Yeah, I said, no, not across your body, across the field, but his inner Brett Favre was saying, yes, throw that ball and get picked right now. He didn't do it. Smart decision there for Andrew Luck. In the chat right now, Jacoby Brissett is a topic, as JY saying. Jacoby Brissett did too much to be riding the bench. Hey, man, you got to put your best players out there. They're 9-4 right now. They feel Andrew Luck is the engine that can make this team go to that next level. He's healthy right now. It's late in the year. I think you got to roll with your best arm.
3rd and 11. Hilton coming in motion on 3rd down. It's a play action pass. Luck's rolling out to the right side. Waiting. Oh, he dropped back so far. Shout out to Kobe Jones just subscribing as Lawrence takes down Luck. It was a little slide play, and that was a big sack, Bomber, because it took him out of field goal range, and they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Yeah, that was one of the ones where they just had so many guys drop into coverage right there. You see 1, 2, 3.
This is a hefty 58-yard attempt from the left hash mark.
Watch Tavon Austin sitting there underneath the goalpost. He's dangerous returner here if this is short.
It is up. Does it have enough leg? Nope. And see, that's the problem, is that didn't have enough leg, and now the Cowboys, starting off disastrously, down 10-0, they get a short field to work with after a really bad sack taken by Andrew Luck.
Yeah, you gotta be smarter than that. Andrew Luck has been around the block enough to know that is probably not the time to take a sack and put your team out of scoring range. And now, not only do they took a long field goal, which gave up all this field position, still a lot of time in the second quarter for them to easily get a touchdown in and take this lead.
Could be a turning point in the game as Elliott gets 3 on 1st down. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Hey, don't forget, folks, check out, boom, right there, Building the Franchise Dallas Cowboys every week over on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. One of our marquee shows about these Dallas Cowboys. Hand off to Elliott on 2nd and 7. Nice job there by the Colts. Some early penetration, able to disrupt that run play, bring him down for a loss of 1. And now, Bomber, we look at one of those key plays. It's a 3rd and 8. Can the Colts get off the field?
This is big. Biggest 3rd down of the game. I always say if you can get the Dallas Cowboys into a 3rd and long, which I consider to be 3rd and 7 or higher, you got a big-time opportunity and chance for a turnover. This is when Dak Prescott tries to force it down the field. He likes to look at something over the middle to Will Tye. Don't be surprised if he doesn't put Will Tye on a go right here. Let's see if the Cowboys can get off the field.
Early Sclamscriber giveaway is Draco getting one of those subs. Shout out to the Sclamscriber giveaway. You can get one every time we're here on NBL Live. 3rd and 8. Prescott stepping up. Prescott not a whole lot open. Prescott's going to try to take off. Oh, what a block downfield, holding Moore. And that's going to pick up a 1st down. That was Zeke Elliott. Look at him downfield. Wow. Just a little. He waited, and then Elliott threw the block at the right time.
That's one of the ones, if you're a defensive player right there, you got to really sell that block in the back because it just seemed like you knew you were out of the play. What was there to lose there at that point?
Play action pass for Dak Prescott on 1st and 10. Prescott gets hit. Oh, it's picked off by one of the big boys. Number 95 is going to take this back to the 44-yard line. Autry with the opportunistic interception as the big boy puts his big Mets on that ball. 2nd turnover of the day for the Cowboys.
Yeah, what it takes to beat these Dallas Cowboys is plays just like that. You're thinking, well, you got a little lucky there. You need that luck to beat this Dallas Cowboys. They're 12-1 for a reason, and one of the reasons being they don't make many mistakes like that. And you got to take advantage of that. Luck has to come away with points. They left 3 on the board last time. Let's see if they can get it back.
They hand it off to Gallman on 1st down. Fights forward. He'll pick up 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. This Colts team, the rushing offense just hasn't been there all day. But mainly this offense, Bomber, it hasn't been impressive by any stretch of the imagination. It's just done just enough.
Yeah, it has. And right now, honestly, they should be up 6 with an opportunity to go up 2 scores, which is a big deal. But yeah, this offense has not done anything too impressive, but they've been solid. Definitely feel like a 9-4 wild card team right now, taking on the best in the business.
Giving Z-Star a taste of his own medicine. Little PAFK quick, and nice job there waiting for the crossing route to come out on the right side. Completes it and picks up a first down as T.Y. Hilton gets his first catch of the game.
Nice pitch and catch right there to T.Y. Hilton. He's been an integral part of this offense throughout the quarterback kind of carousel in Indianapolis. But I like what we've gotten so far from T.Y. Hilton. I think he has a lot of speed, a lot of juice at the wide receiver position. Then you got Ebron at tight end with Doyle. And there's just a lot of options here for the Colts.
We've hit the 2-minute warning in the first half. Colts an early 10-7 lead. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead after a Dak Prescott interception. Set up a little 3-yard run from Gallman. The Cowboys drove right back down and scored a quick touchdown from Prescott to tie, but Prescott made another mistake, got hit as he threw, picked off, and that's where we are now as luck drops back on 1st and 10. Waiting. He's got all the time in the world. He's going to roll out to the right side and chuck this out of bounds. I think he might have had the crosser underneath, but he didn't feel like he had enough space to complete that ball. Wisely rolls out to the right and chucks it out of bounds.
Yeah, you look at Andrew Luck right now in the season. He's 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 92.5 QBR with 68% completion percentage, and that's just off of a few games. I mean, this is not a guy who's played a lot this season due to injury and being benched. He's literally participated in exactly 5 games.
Wow.
He didn't play in the last 3.
More coming in motion on 2nd and 10. 3 wide look for Andrew Luck in the shotgun. Hines to his left as he drops back to press. 4-man rush from the Dallas Cowboys. Quick throw underneath. He'll pick up 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. And Bombers, there's one thing Luck needs to do on this particular play is not take another bad sack. They are in field goal range, and they need all the points they can get.
Absolutely. 3rd and 7 might be an opportunity just to run the ball up the middle. Maybe a little 0-1 trap, some kind of draw play, or maybe just some kind of halfback dive and get yourself 3 to 4 with an opportunity maybe to catch the Dallas Cowboys sleeping in pass coverage, which they're in pass coverage right now. Here's an opportunity to pick it up running. Let's see if Andrew Luck takes advantage of it. You can't take a sack here.
Well, he's going to drop back to pass. Only a 3-man rush from the Cowboys. He'll take the safe throw over to the right side to the halfback. Hines picking up 4 on the play. I like that throw there, Bomber. It's basically a run play. Nobody came out to cover the halfback out of the backfield. They stay in field goal range. They'll have an attempt from the 26-yard line. This one a 43-yard attempt. Ball is down. The kick is up. It is right down the middle, and it is good. And Indianapolis extends their lead 13-7.
Andrew Luck did a great job of checking out of that play. I mean, that entire play was created to kind of pick up a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Everything was a little bit past the sticks. Once you saw Dallas protected the sticks, just swing it underneath, take a few yards, get that field goal, because this should be 16-7 right now. It's 13-7, and Dallas still has a minute and about a half here to try to put some points on the board. This could be a big swing in the game here. This drive right now, biggest drive of the game.
JY in the chat asking, realistic expectations for the Colts playoff run. Looking at the AFC playoff race, the Colts pretty firmly in that 5 spot, depending on what happens here. So they're going to either match up, depending on where all these teams finish out, but it's either going to be against the Chiefs or the Patriots in the first round. As on 1st and 10, it's Dak Prescott under center. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left side, 1 over the right side. Zeke Elliott in the backfield. On 1st and 10, as Prescott changing up the play, surveying this Colts defense. It's going to be Prescott dropping back to pass on 1st down. Looks over the middle. Oh, what a user! It's picked off and going the other way. Flag down on the play. Let's see what that is. It's going to be a hold on the offense. That's going to be declined. Bomber, what a user there. Under NBL rules, he waits. It gets let go. He moves that linebacker into the passing lane, and the 3rd interception thrown by Dak Prescott.
Beautiful timing there. The user is real in Indianapolis, and if you can make those kind of plays, because he has the athleticism at linebacker to close those things out, those are just bad reads right there by Z-Star and this Dallas Cowboys offense. Got to see more from Dak Prescott here in the second half. He's got to be better.
Little counterplay on 1st down. That was blown up the entire way. So to answer your question, JY, Colts are going to match up with either the Chiefs or the Patriots in the first round, Bomber. The way the Colts are playing today, I like them in both those matchups. So realistic expectation is win a playoff game and see where you match up, because the Browns and the Jaguars look like they're pretty set at 1 and 2. If the Colts play like they are today, they certainly have a shot between one of those teams.
Yeah, and the Kansas City Chiefs are not playing. They're really not playing at a high level right now. They just took a big loss a couple weeks ago. This is a team that isn't necessarily playing at the peak of their prime.
A little toss to the flat, finds the fullback. He'll pick up a nice chunk of yards, cut it back to a 3rd and 8 from the 29-yard line. Colts looking to just get points. Dallas used their last time out there. I'm a little interested that they used their timeout. If you're Indianapolis, do you ponder just running the ball here and then kicking a field goal? Because you know Dallas won't have a ton of time left on the clock.
You know, it depends on how you're calling this game. I think that's what they do. I think that's probably the smart play. But if you want to take a shot here, I mean, you're at the 29. There's an opportunity to drive the ball down the field. If you trust luck and you're trying to be a real playoff team, you got to make plays in these situations.
How about a deep throw over the middle, looking into the end zone? He gets hit, but he hands on to the ball. T.Y. Hilton with the big hands. He's known for his speed, but right there he's known for his toughness. Pulling down the touchdown in the end zone with 48 seconds to go in the first half. Bomber, gutsy throw, gutsy catch. The Colts are up big.
Yeah, that's exactly what you look for in a play like that. Take a shot into the end zone. If you're really going to be ballsy about it, throw the ball into the end zone and give your team an opportunity to make a play. They got caught in that Tampa 2 defense and that nice little bend route back across the middle of the field, split those safeties right into the end zone. Just a little dime from Andrew Luck. So those talking that Jacoby Brissett talk.
But a big return here from the Colts or from the Cowboys. He doesn't have anybody around him. He's going to take this 102 yards. What an answer before the half. Some poor special teams play and that Z-Star Leprechaun Luck coming back in. The blocking was there, and the Cowboys cut the lead back to a score.
Yeah, how great has Tavon Austin been on this team? He's been injured a little bit this season.
That's blocked.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's rolling around.
Blocked extra point.
All right, so that's a big block because it keeps it a 7-point game.
Yeah, an opportunity for a 6, which you never like to be with the Cowboys because they can score at any point. And Tavon Austin, those are the kind of plays you expect from him. He can give you 2 or 3 of those a game. If the Cowboys end up winning this game, we're going to look back, OSU, at that play before half when Tavon Austin ran that kick return back. That might be kind of the changing of the guard here in this game that give that little spark to that Dallas Cowboys offense. That is pretty much needed right now here in NBLI broadcast number 239.
Yeah, Dak Prescott has thrown 3 interceptions, but the Cowboys are only down a touchdown. Colts do have the ball here. 37 seconds to go. They got all 3 timeouts, and it looks like they're not going to sit back as looks like the Cowboys are going to drop back into that man-up 3-deep defense. So let's see what the Colts decide to do with a 4-wide set. He drops back on 1st and 10, steps up in the pocket, rolls out, trying to send somebody on a fly. He gets clobbered. That was just a whole mess of a play. Too much going on in the same spot. Bomber, that's where you get it. You hot route. I think he hot routed the wide right receiver into a slant, and just too much traffic.
Yeah, you just put a bunch of guys in a very tight, similar area, and it allowed for one guy to essentially guard multiple guys. Watch Heath in the box right here in this quarters formation. 2nd
and 10. Luck. He's going to hand it off on 2nd down. Nice play. Not a whole lot there, and they're probably going to be comfortable just to get this to halftime with a 7-0 lead. Cowboys do get the ball to start the second half. If you're the Cowboys, you got to feel very fortunate. You've thrown 3 interceptions. The Colts have yet to turn the ball over. You're only down a touchdown thanks to that Tavon Austin kick return.
Yeah, a couple guys asking about the records in the chat right now. The Cowboys are 12-1, and the Indianapolis Colts are 9-4.
Looks over the middle field. He completes it to Doyle down to the 45-yard line. They'll use a timeout, so we may see a heave to the end zone. That's a nice little route there by Jack Doyle, who's been one of the underrated tight ends, Bomber. We don't talk about him too much.
You got Cougs in the chat, though. Here, I'm sorry. I'm not going to respond to your question because I didn't even hear it because I'm reading this chat. Not to be rude.
Did you call him a chicken?
But Cougs says 3 timeouts, he'd force it. Cougs says, then follows up and says, go for it.
What's Cougs' record?
Then follows up and says chicken. It's not good, but he does have a big win against the Kansas City Chiefs in most recent weeks. So that probably is where his confidence is raging for him as he is the Baltimore Ravens 5-8 right now.
Luck steps up, rolls to the right side. Waiting. Completes it down the field, but there's just too many Cowboys back there. He's going to take down to the 21-yard line. That's where we're going to end the first half. Your score, the Colts on top, 20-13. Bomber, I'd say a little surprising. A lot of people consider the Cowboys, of course, with only 1 loss on their record, as the favorite in this game. But as you said, Cowboys haven't been playing great football as of late, and the Colts have come out, forced 3 turnovers, and have really been the aggressor today.
Yeah, they have. Dallas Cowboys are fortunate right now to just be down 7, if you really want my honest opinion. They get the ball to start the second half. They got a touchdown from Tavon Austin on a kick return. This team has not looked great. They haven't looked great, honestly, in the last 5 to 6 weeks. I've been watching them since preseason week 1. We've been covering them on Building the Franchise. We've done 5 episodes already. I've covered nearly every broadcast on this channel. And this team, just something seems a little off about them right now.
Well, 1st and 10 for Prescott and the Cowboys. 3 interceptions thrown by Dak, but they are right in this game as they've got the ball on the 29-yard line. It's going to be a play-action pass on 1st down. Waiting. He looks over to the right side, has a man wide open. That is Cole Beasley. He'll make a man miss and get up to the 44-yard line. One play, they're already into enemy territory. Dak Prescott's 5 of 8 in this game. He is 5 for 5 in completions to his own team and 3 for 3 in completions to the other team.
Yeah, so he's kind of been all over the place. I want to give a shout out to Serp, though. He's doing the NBL Twitch clips. He's doing a phenomenal job. If you've seen any of those great highlights, including that fake fullback dive, halfback toss for a touchdown earlier, that's on our YouTube.
Oh, ball's out.
Oh, pick that up.
It's picked up by the Colts. Oh, he was pumped. He's like, yeah, I got that tackle. I poked that ball free. Look at him celebrate on the sidelines. That ball stayed in bounds. Did it get overturned? It did get overturned. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like anything that happened there. Don't clip that one. That was weird. I didn't like any part of that.
He was
pumped.
Another really unfortunate Dallas Cowboys turnover. We had one earlier where Dak Prescott got hit. The ball popped out. It was picked up by the defensive lineman on an interception. Right there, even more of a freakish opportunity there for the Colts defense.
Prescott's got some room on the left side. He's got a 1st down, and he'll be taken down at the 27-yard line. Nice tackle from behind on that play. Boy, the center got a great jump and then appeared to turn and engage with the block instead of going after Prescott. Odd little play in the middle there. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10. For the Dallas Cowboys, they come out 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. And on 1st down, it's going to be handoff to Zeke Elliott. He's got some room on the left side. Second half, Zeke getting rolling. He'll pick up 7 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, you watch him, 5 carries, 13 yards. Keep an eye on that number because I guarantee at the end of this game, you're going to see something like 21 carries, 133 yards. That's usually how it works for second half Zeke. He just starts rocking and rolling, and he's almost like just a big man moving downhill. He's very tough to contain in the second half. Let's see if they can continue to wheels on the bus.
Ah, he hurdled him! He's into the end zone! Zeke Elliott showing off the moves! He believes he can fly! He believes he can score! And they're an extra point away from tying this ball game up. As what a play from Zeke Elliott, cutting it back a little, whoop, right over your head, and the kick almost blocked again, but they will get this one up and in. It is a tie ball game.
Yeah, you got to clip that right now. Sir, I see you over there. We got to clip that hurdle right there. Second half, Zeke is rocking and rolling early, and guess what? We're only a minute and a half into this third quarter. The second half still has a lot of time left, and Zeke Elliott is already looking like the freak that we know he is. What a crazy hurdle. That might be one of the best hurdles I've seen on NBL Live, and that's 239 broadcasts to look at. That was just a phenomenal play.
You know, Double A got a little too excited when he got the animation to jump that kick, and he did not run at the holder and miss the block. That would have been a huge block, as it would have kept the Indianapolis Colts in the lead. Instead, it's 2020, thanks to another blocked extra point earlier that the Cowboys would be up 1 at this point. Luck's going to be in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers bunched to the right side, 1 over to the left side. He's got Hines in the backfield to his left. Luck on 1st and 10. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to drop down to the ground as a big sack right up the middle. That was Irving coming up the middle, and boy, Luck's just got to get rid of that ball. You can't be taking sacks on 1st down, Bomber, against this Cowboys defense.
Do you feel that in the air right now? The momentum is shifting at a rapid rate right now. If I'm a Colts fan right now, I'm nervous. I'm pacing around the living room. I'm walking back and forth. I'm probably questioning the play calling right now. I got to see something from my star quarterback, Andrew Luck. Earn your spot today, young fella.
Throw over to the left side, complete in traffic down to the 32-yard line. He'll pick up 15 of the 18 he needed. Cut to a 3rd and 3. Gutsy throw there. We're seeing the Cowboys Bomber running a lot of man defense. They think their cornerbacks can hang with this wide receiver core.
And I think they can. I think right there, that was across the body, across the field. That was an opportunity for the defense to make the play. They just didn't make the play.
3rd and 3. Luck dropping back. Little sit route over there. Oh, it's off his hands and picked off. A diving play by Woods in the backfield. Oh, what a play there as he looked for the sit route to Hill to win right off his hands. And the momentum has shifted colossally to the way of the 12-1 Cowboys.
That's the 3rd interception on the season for Xavier Woods, who's been a staple of this defense in the secondary, one of the best safeties in the game, and he has just been phenomenal against the run support, inside the box playing coverage, outside the box playing over the top help. He's been just a phenomenal staple of this defense, and I wouldn't be surprised if he comes home with a Building the Franchise award. Has a big hit right there by number 92.
Plus, he's a member of one of the longest-reigning tag champs in the WWE, so shout out to Xavier Woods. 2020, your score right now is we've had an eventful game, a great matchup here on NBL Live Broadcast 239. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the Commish Bomber, as Dak Prescott comes out 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Changing up the play, putting both tight ends on the right side of that formation. One wide receiver, that's Hearns out to the left side. Thompson out to the right side. He's got Zeke Elliott in the backfield, bringing Thompson in motion here on 2nd and 12. Dak Prescott driving back. Oh, they brought a big blitz there, and boy, while the Dallas Cowboys cornerbacks can hang with these wide receivers, these Colts cornerbacks have been burned all day by these wide receivers of the Dallas Cowboys.
And it just seems like Dallas is starting to find their rhythm right now. The Colts had opportunity after opportunity in the first half, and look where we're at now. It's a tie game, and the Dallas Cowboys now have the ball inside the red zone, in which they're the second best red zone team in the NBL.
Oh, what a juke move. Oh, folks.
He's second half Zeke, OSU. I've been telling you.
If you are watching this at work, you can't show your boss this. That was not safe for work right there. That was nasty up the middle. As Zeke Elliott showing why he's one of the best backs in the game. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Going to be hand off to Zeke Elliott. Oh, the Colts didn't really care how good of a back he was there as they get into the backfield and bring him down for a 3-yard loss. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
And I'm noticing something about the Colts right now. The only way they're stopping Zeke Elliott is if they completely sell out for the run. And when they completely sell out for the run, Dak Prescott's going to easily be able to pick them apart. Now they have an opportunity, not much field behind them, 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Let's see if the Colts can come up with a turnover here.
Possession catch at the goal line. Will Tye, though, was not in the end zone, so a sweet possession catch, but he's going to be marked down at the half-yard line.
Biggest 3rd down of the game. Not just an opportunity to go up, but to go up a touchdown on the Colts. I think that would completely collapse this game and break it wide open. Let's see if they can get a big stop here.
3rd and goal. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke Elliott. Oh, what a play! As the middle linebacker Walker comes up untouched, and down goes Elliott for a 3-yard loss. The Colts defense holds on and forces a field goal attempt from the 4-yard line. This one just a 21-yard chip shot. They've had some issues holding the blockers, but this one is up. It is good, 23-20, but what a stop from the Colts defense on the goal line.
Hey, that keeps hope alive. I mean, this was a team that was once up 20-6, and then we saw a kick return from Tavon Austin to the house, and it kind of just changed the momentum right before half. Now they scored again. Now they got a field goal. The Colts are in trouble after an interception from Andrew Luck. The Boo Birds might start coming out. It might be Jacoby Brissett time. Let's
see what Luck can do as the Colts need some offense. They've gotten a touchdown on offense, but that was off a short field. They did have a nice drive with a throw from Andrew Luck to T.Y. Hilton, but that was their only touchdown drive that was really any longer than about 20 yards. Again, it's man defense. It's a quick throw, though. Doyle's got some room. He's up past midfield, almost to the 45-yard line. He'll call him down to the 47. Luck, 15-21 for 255. That one, Bomber, might be his most impressive throw as the linebackers were bearing down on him, and he delivered an accurate throw to Doyle.
Yeah, under pressure, knowing you're going to take that hit and you have to get rid of the ball. He does it with accuracy. Still a risky business throw for Andrew Luck, but it worked out in their favor that time. I'm sure they're happy for that because they got to keep the chains moving. They got to get this momentum back.
1st and 10, I formation for Andrew Luck. Hilton out to the left side. Look for him. We haven't called his name a lot. Corner blitz coming from the left side. It's picked up nicely, and that gives him enough time to deliver an accurate throw over to the right side, down to the 28-yard line. Rodgers with the catch. Another 1st down for Luck and the Colts as the offense has gotten moving, Bomber. They're already inside the 30-yard line.
We got a unique phrase alert in the chat right now. T. Porter says somebody was stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I've never heard that one before. I mean, well, if I have, at least I haven't heard it 1,000 times, have I?
Well,
maybe not 2,000.
I mean, I have, but I'm a fat guy who loves Thanksgiving, so that's really not that interesting to me. 1st and 10 for Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. Man coverage shown by the Dallas Cowboys once again as Colts drops back. Blitz coming. He's going to take a shot over the top. He has Hilton over the top. Oh, drop it in the bucket, Andrew Luck. What a throw. T.Y., his 2nd touchdown of the day. What a throw from Andrew Luck, Bomber. Puts it over the top, one-on-one. You can't contain T.Y.
Dot City, and all those people crying, Jacoby Brissett, he's played so well this year. Look at that pass right there. That is an elite quarterback throw, up and over the top of the defender and dropping it down just right over the top. You gotta love it. If you're an Andrew Luck fan right now, this is the resurgence of a career we're watching and witnessing here in the NBL. Greatness is being witnessed, and that's our slogan, so it's all fitting right now for the Indianapolis Colts.
Tavon Austin, nice return up to the 30-yard line. While we have
I thought he was breaking that one.
I thought he was too.
I was like, oh, not again. Right up the middle.
While we have a brief break in our coverage, catch our breaths and remind you that this broadcast, of course, is always brought to you by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You'll get 15% off your entire order. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Run for Elliott on 1st down. Nice job by the Colts getting to Elliott and bringing him down after a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8 as we're nearing the 4th quarter here on NBL Live Broadcast 239.
Appreciate everybody stopping by right now. 239. We're approaching 250. We got to do something big for 250.
I will run a 30-yard dash. 2nd and 8.
Oh, so it's all physicality challenges for you now, huh?
That's all I got.
Box yourself into that?
2nd and 8. He's got a man. Oh, that's a missed tackle. That's a bad missed tackle, too. So he'll pick up an extra 10 yards to the 44-yard line. Nice throw by Prescott. A little rollout there. Accurate throw over the middle. And the one thing the Colts can't do here, Bomber, is start missing tackles. They've been pretty sure tackling all day long.
I've kind of been impressed by Allen Hurns today. I know only 2 catches for 49 yards, but you look at their top 5 receivers this year, you don't see Allen Hurns' name. Why? Because he's been injured. Most of the year he's been out. You got Will Tye, Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley, Jeff Swaim, and Zeke Elliott. No Allen Hurns because he just has not been healthy. It's good to see him on the field right now. I mean, it's close towards the end of the season. We're talking Week 15 action right now. It's good to see him back on the field because they're going to need him when they try to make this Super Bowl push here in NBL Season 33.
Big shout out to Homer Hankey for the 8 months of subscribing. Another Sclamscriber giveaway to LAFX. He gets a gift from the Sclamscriber.
Bronze up, baby. Get your bronzer on.
1st and 10 for Dak Prescott.
We get a bronze.
I see what you did there.
Okay.
They got 3 wide receivers split out to the left side, and now they're going to make me look foolish and move Beasley over to the right side. Hearns and Williams tight to the formation on the left side. Will Tye also down there. 1st and 10. Prescott looks underneath, completes it to Cole Beasley. He's taken down immediately, down to the 39-yard line. Give him 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5.
4th quarter is nearing. They need a touchdown to take the lead here. And this Colts team has been good at one thing today, and that's not really giving up touchdowns to this Dallas Cowboys. This is a team that averages 24 points per game. I think we've seen 14 points from the offense so far in the end zone. So here's an opportunity to keep them off the board. Let's see if the Colts can get it done.
That one was almost picked as they knew they'd be looking at tie up the seam. It was man coverage, and it almost went the other way. Lucky that one. Is it going to the other direction? Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Nice jump right there. That's the athleticism of this Colts defense. I mean, a lot of people talked a lot of trash about this defense and said, they're not that good. I said, man, this is an athletic secondary that can make plays just like what we witnessed right there. If they come down with that, that's really would shake up the confidence of Dak Prescott.
Oh, what a rush! Did you see the jump the right side got on the line? Bowling around the right tackle and getting to Dak Prescott. It's going to force a 4th and 5. And the Cowboys might have to try a long field goal. We've seen one long field goal from the Colts end up short. Dallas Cowboys going to be attempting a 56-yard attempt. This one from the left hash mark. But Dan Bailey, one of the best kickers in the NBL. Let's see if he can get an accurate kickoff from the left side. The ball is down. The kick is up. Doesn't have enough leg. Oh, Dan's the man. Cuts it back to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, I think when we look back at this game, if the Cowboys win this game, we're going to be thinking, remember that missed field goal? Remember that Tavon Austin return? Oh, just too devastating. That's a 10-point swing right now. This game could easily be 27-16 right now. If you look at the score, or 27 to 16. That could be the score right now. I mean, it could easily be an 11-point game instead of a 1-point game because that was a 10-point swing right there. I mean, you missed a field goal, and then you gave up a punt return right before half, kick return, from Tavon Austin. You just got to do better on special teams if you're the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, the Colts have an opportunity here to put some points on the board as they are up one I formation. On 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Gallman over the left side. And Bomber, this is what scares me about this Colts team, okay? This is a big game against the Dallas Cowboys. They have a 1-point lead. This is not the time to get conservative because the run game has not been good for the Colts.
No, it hasn't. And when you get conservative, what happens, OSU? You find yourself in 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs. You're pinning Andrew Luck against the wall here, and you're allowing the defense of the Cowboys to play in this pass coverage. They're going to be ready for anything that comes their way.
Pistol formation. Luck takes the snap. 4-man rush from the Cowboys. He's rolling right. Oh, he's going to complete this over on the sideline. Nice throw. Good thing that whoever broke free on that right side didn't have a whole lot of speed as he's able to find Rodgers on the right side, picking up 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, you got to use your arms there. You got to make it some kind of tackle. I didn't know if he thought he had the chest the quarterback to bring him down, but just extend your arm right there. It seemed like an A tackle would suffice, but Andrew Luck does a great job creating separation and getting rid of the ball. And now they turned what was a really bad situation, maybe a 2nd and 14, 2nd and 13. Now it's a 3rd and 7. Let's see if they can complete this.
3-man rush from the Dallas Cowboys. Luck in the pocket, steps up, rolls to the right side. Oh, he has a man. It's Doyle, but a nice defensive play coming back. And the dreaded 3-and-out Bomber. They ran it on 1st down, got nothing. 2 short plays. They didn't really look downfield at all, and now you're going to give the ball back to the Dallas Cowboys with an opportunity to take the lead.
It's just head-scratching moments here for the Indianapolis Colts. I think you hit the nail on the head when you said you don't want to get too conservative. And right there, I felt like that entire offensive possession was, let's not throw an interception here. Let's not be too aggressive. Let's run some clock. And what happened? You end up 3 and out, and you punt the ball right back to these very hot Dallas Cowboys. They're coming away with 3 nearly every time right now.
Now the Cowboys have 4:38 to go. The offense, while 3 early interceptions by Dak Prescott, they've settled down, and they've been able to put together some nice drives here in the second half. Let's see if they can continue doing that on 1st and 10. They got 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, Ty coming to motion. This looks like the halfback wham up the middle. Oh, what recognition by the middle linebacker right there. Great usering in the middle, filling that hole. Shout out to Gronk, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you look at that run right there, and that's just basically the Indianapolis Colts selling out for the run. And they've been doing a great job of recognizing when the Dallas Cowboys are going to run the ball. 2nd and 10. Let's see if the defense can continue this. They've been fast and furious on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see if they can continue to raise havoc against Dak Prescott.
Now, you know they were going to look for Will Tye up the seam, and a nice close there on the right side, hitting Will Tye hard, prying that ball free. And now a 3rd and 10 bomber, and while we had a big 3 and out from the Colts, can the defense for the Colts stand up tall once again and force a huge punt?
Yeah, that was big right there. I thought maybe that was a user pick too, but Dak put just enough on it to get it over the top to Will Tye, who they traded a 3rd-round pick to get from the New England Patriots in NBL Season 33. Biggest play of the game.
Look for Tye up the seam. Oh. Double A.
You got to make that play.
Malik Hooker, double A, switched to the user and went to try to blow up Will Tye and just straight up whiffed. That was awful. That was awful. That could be the play that seals this game as Prescott takes the snap. It's going to be a little draw play for Zeke Elliott. Nice job in the middle, bringing down Elliott for no gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
You still got an opportunity if you're the Colts here. Obviously, you hold it to 3. You get the ball back. There's still a lot of game left. But that was your opportunity on the 3rd down to kind of close this out and give your offense another opportunity to get on the field. And how many times are we going to say the word opportunity? What was that, 5 times right there in one
yeah, it sounded like
one little setting?
2nd and 9. It's a handoff to Zeke Elliott. He's got a lot of room. He's got a 1st down. He hurls them once again. Oh, Lord. Down to the 20-yard line, 3:30 to go. Bomber, it feels like this game is slipping out of the hands of the Colts, who played so well, but some poor usering here in the 4th quarter has put the game in the hands of the Dallas Cowboys.
Seems like he's just a little hit stick heavy right now, and Z's
pedal down, use the A button.
He's starting to recognize it, and he goes in open space. This guy's trying to blow me up right here. I don't think he can have. He has issues playing from behind. Very over aggressive right now, as Zeke the Freak is just starting to pick it up. At one point, Zeke Elliott was 5 carries for 13 yards. Now he's 15 carries for 66. Never got that really big one yet. But, man, he's had some pretty big highlights so far, especially some nice hurdle highlights so far for Zeke Elliott.
Eric G in the chat saying Double A needs to stop. Banana saying Double A was hyping his user stick all week, and he's cheeks at it when he has to adjust off his linebacker. Well, the 4th quarter, he's certainly been exposed, but there's still plenty of time left. 2:46 to go. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Dak Prescott. Hearns coming to motion. Murray into the game. He's surely going to get the carry on 2nd and 6. Zeke must have been gassed. I don't know if I like, DeMarco Murray, Bomber, tell us about him. Has he been a good backup in place of Zeke Elliott?
He's gotten a lot of opportunities and gotten a lot of carries. 11 carries on the year for 20 yards, but that's not where he's really, in my mind, been effective for this team. I think he's been great in the passing. They swing him out a lot, and you got to respect DeMarco Murray catching. In the last 2 games, he's got 4 catches for, about 100 yards. So, yeah, he's been pretty nice in the passing game for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, see there, right there, another poor defensive call. Indy's going to use a timeout. Dropped into that cover 2 invert, and that left open the middle of the field, and that's just a drag route underneath. Shout out to Rod J Gaming with a follow here on Twitch. Now 1st and goal. 2:10 to go for the Cowboys and the Colts. Plenty of time left, still the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal to hand off to Zeke Elliott. He's going to walk into the end zone. That's a touchdown. You got to think the Cowboys are going to go for 2 here and try to extend this for a full touchdown lead. The Colts just being exposed for being a little inexperienced here against this Dallas Cowboys team.
Yeah, that's the issue. I mean, if you're the Dallas Cowboys right now, you're just going to keep running it down their throat because they're having a difficult time adjusting in the second half. Second half, Zeke is coming out. They're staying hard on the ground game, and it's really opening up the pass game as well. But these Colts, this is the biggest 2-point conversion of the game. Obviously, the Colts got to get a stop here. They go down 7. I don't think they have the fight to come back. But if there's an opportunity to score a touchdown and take the lead, I think this team's got a chance.
It's a handoff to Zeke Elliott. He walks up. He just walks in there. I mean, yeah, it seems like right now, Bomber, here's the feel I'm getting. it seems like Double A is trying to guess what every play is instead of just playing the game, and the Cowboys are feeding off that. Z-Star's able to mix up his play calling, call some nice runs, call some nice passes. As this return up, why did you make that juke? Had the hole there, why make that juke? No need whatsoever. It just seems like there's too much guessing going. It's like a batter who goes up and is trying to guess what the pitcher's going to do instead of just trying to hit the ball.
Yeah, you just got to get back to basics and keep it simple. Stop trying to adjust to something that isn't there. It's just an overreaction for the Indianapolis Colts on every level multiple times. And this man coverage might kill him on this final drive. It's been close. It's been getting closer every throw.
Well, and if Andrew Luck just drops back into sacks like that, I mean, he got beat the entire way, and Andrew Luck went, let me present you the back of my side, and you take me down. It's a loss of 10 on the play, going to bring up a 2nd and long.
NASCAR fan 24 dude in the chat saying he had a touchdown. Yeah, he did on the special team.
There's no need to juke. There's no one to juke. It was everybody was blocked. He juked out Casper the Friendly Ghost. Pump fake for Andrew Luck. Waiting. Taking a deep shot one-on-one. This could be the game. It's picked off. I mean, that's just a horrible throw. It was one-on-one.
He's the comeback player of the year for the Dallas Cowboys. We thought he was on the way out in the preseason. He was getting beat all over the place. First couple weeks of the regular season, he was getting beat. But this might be one of the big-time safeties in the game right now, especially in the fourth quarter. Not the fastest, not the quickest, not the strongest, not the tallest, but this guy makes plays, and that's probably going to end this game. I mean, broadcast number 239, I'd say a success, though. That was very, very good game top to bottom, but the Colts had it, man.
Well, now we revisit the question that was, what is expected of the Colts in the playoff, realistic expectations? I'm just making the playoffs,
Spoiler
I think.
At best.
At best, because this team proved today they can't play under pressure. Once the pressure gets them, they had a lead. They had 3 turnovers from Dak Prescott. They had everything going for them. And inexperience in special teams, poor usering, shows that once the pressure gets to them, Bomber, this team's going to fold like a cheap hooker.
I don't know if I use that analogy.
Have you heard that one?
Say
before?
Stuff like a turkey
Thanksgiving
on Thanksgiving.
turkey. There you go.
Shout out to Porter for that one. Never heard that one a million times before.
Let's see what if the Colts can get a stop here. If they're able to get a stop, they'll get the ball back with a minute left and no timeouts. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke Elliott over the right side. Well, if Zeke Elliott doesn't headbutt that guy, they probably don't. But they're going to get the punt. They're going to have no timeouts, but they'll have an opportunity.
Opportunity is a dangerous thing in this kind of game because every time that the Colts have had it and they've been behind, they've just floundered it. I mean, anytime the game got close, you just saw an Indianapolis Colts team that just became less and less efficient offensively. Opportunities have been there for this team. They haven't capitalized on them. That's the story of this game. Broadcast number 239 is going to come down to a kick return from Tavon Austin and then a missed field goal. And that's a 10-point swing right there. You're looking at a game that's a 7-point game right now, and you got the ball to try to tie the game up with it. Probably going to get about a minute left in this clock. Just not enough time here for Colts fans.
Yeah, I don't know if they have it, but they're at home. Can they ride some of that momentum they had early in the game? As the punt is away, almost blocked. We'll call that an almost block. He's going to take it at the 15-yard line. Up past the 20. Way too much east-west, fellow. You got to run upfield. You need, not you, fella. Not you, that fella. You need yards. Why are you running to the sidelines? There were 2 guys over there. You have to go upfield.
You got it, yeah. If you even get 3 or 4, I mean, that might be the difference between you being able to heave this ball into the end zone at one point of this drive. So he's trying to make a splash play. I understand that, but at one point you got to do something else, and Dallas is coming right back in their man coverage. I mean, they just love this man coverage. It's
a little screen pass, and slip screens don't work in this game. I've said it a billion times. They do not work in this game. Take them out of your playbook. They are non-functional. 42 seconds and counting for Andrew Luck in the shotgun. Change up the play, using a lot of time here. As that was the other danger of the slip screen. If they get tackled early, it's bad news Bears. As he steps up, throws over to the left side, he completes it. That's 15 yards, 29 seconds and counting, Bomber. Poor throws. These are just not going to work for them.
Yeah, he had next level guy wide open, breaking over the middle of the field too, and he just kind of missed him. Andrew Luck having issues right now. See if he spikes the ball. And I got to spike it on 3rd and 5. So you got a 4th down here, 20 seconds to go. Best case scenario, Bomber, you complete some sort of deep pass over the middle. You have enough time to get to the line, spike the ball, and throw a heave. This has just been an entirely mismanaged drive where they had 54 seconds, but I really just hate the slip screen on 1st down. You know they don't work in this game. Why are you calling that? And if it doesn't get you a big-time play, The clock still runs if you don't get out of bounds, and it just doesn't do enough for me right there to really just say that that's probably the greatest play. I would actually rather have had a wide receiver screen, because if it wasn't there, I could have got out of the pocket and thrown it away at least. The little slip screen, you always end up throwing it too early, and you're like, maybe I can get something, and then you get nothing, the clock runs. Wide receiver screen, I can kind of know.
Got to take a shot. You got to take a shot, Luck. You got to throw it downfield. Has a man downfield. The blocking is there. He's going to go out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Little playmaker down the field, Bomber. And there's life in Indy. There you go. Playmakers, routers up the field. The zone coverage doesn't stay with him, and he steps out of bounds. 11 seconds. That's 2 shots to the end zone.
Hey, Eddie Mars in the chat saying awful play calling. You want to know what Porter gave Eddie Mars as a nickname?
Huh.
Shovel face. You ever seen his Group Me avatar? It's his face looks like a shovel. And shout out to MGK for giving him the cameo on on the Rap Devil. So yeah, there's that.
A little bit of life here for the Indianapolis Colts. Can they find a way into the end zone? If you're Luck, you just have to make sure you throw this ball into the end zone. You can't take a sack. You can't throw it over the middle of the field and get tackled in bounds. Only 11 seconds left for Andrew Luck in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left side, 1 to the right side. Doyle, the tight end, on the right side of that formation as Luck changes the play. Surveying this Cowboys defense. A little bit of life after that big play. Only a 3-man rush from the Cowboys. Luck rolling, stepping, looks over to the left side, and that's going to go out of bounds. 5 seconds left. Time for one more play.
Didn't like that play. Everything was breaking into the defense. You need to get what he needs to get is more vertical driven routes. I mean, look at that. He obviously took 2 hot routes, probably streaked them down the field. But even that corner route on the left side, I want to see some vertical route on the left side that pushes that blue down the field, and maybe you're corner routing underneath it. I got to get some kind of that action, or just straight up verticals, and hope that somebody just finds himself in an open space. But right now against this cover 3 deep man coverage,
yeah, it's
this
gonna be
is going
tough.
to require a miracle.
2nd and 10. Last play of the game. For all intents and purposes, Luck drops back, 3-man rush, steps up, rolls to the right side. I don't know why he doesn't have anybody. He's going to toss it up. It's going to be caught at the 2-yard line, but that's going to be your ball game. And that was another horrible play, Bomber. That's just an awful play call. He had 2 routes there that weren't anywhere near the end zone.
You need every route essentially getting up the field. And at the very least, have one of those as a slant, so at least it's progressing up the field, and maybe that one route you can playmaker it behind if you need to. But honestly, you're looking for that first strike on some kind of seam or go route. He didn't get it right there. And the Dallas Cowboys are going to improve right now to a 13-1 record as the
Clovers continue to rub.
They've already clinched, I believe. They clinched the AFC. Let me check real quick. Yeah,
they clinched.
The 9-5 Indianapolis Colts. They fall to 9-5. Well, they haven't actually. Well, yeah, they have, because it's 7 losses at the bottom. They have the tiebreaker on the Houston Texans. So they fall to 9-5. It doesn't do much. It's just all about seeding right now. Cincinnati Bengals, Indianapolis Colts. You know, you got that kind of situation going on right now. But you know, I look at these teams, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know, it was a good run for Indianapolis. I still think they're just kind of a wild card spoiler kind of thing.
Yeah, and Bomber, as we put the final bow on this game, I think this game highlighted what maybe is the most underrated thing about the NBL. We talk about the talent that teams have. We talk about the big players, the quarterbacks, the defensive players making big plays. But so much of this is play calling and handling the pressure. And both of those things, the Colts didn't do well at all, especially in the second half.
No, they didn't. And it just was almost a tale of 2 halves. But the Dallas Cowboys are a primed team. They're a competitive team. They're a team that comes out in the second half and they play at a higher level than they did in the first half. You saw the inexperience, the youth from the Indianapolis Colts. They just couldn't put 2 halves together, and that's just the tall tale that most young teams have to deal with. I still think this team being 9-5 is just insanely impressive. They're going to be in the playoffs, and I think they could play spoiler against the Chiefs or the Patriots in that wild card round.
Well, a reminder, folks, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button so you know each and every time we go live. Because it's about to be playoff times here. This is the end of Week 15. We got 16 and 17 and then playoffs here in the NBL, and you don't want to miss those broadcasts. It doesn't get bigger than that. Appreciate everybody spending their Monday night with us. We hope you guys will tune in next time as we are, I think we actually have, let me confirm this. I think we have our next game scheduled. It's going to be Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. The Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, Bomber, have come from nowhere to take that last playoff spot. Again, we talked about it a couple times. They started this cycle 1-8. They lost every single preseason game and went 1-4 to start the season. And they were 7-5-1. And these two teams, the Bengals and Browns, tied their last time up.
This is going to be a very good game, and the Cincinnati Bengals came from the depths of nothing. They went 0-4 in the regular season, and they started, I believe, 0-4-1 or something crazy like that. And right now, they're 7-5-1, and they're in that sixth seed, just really kind of solidifying themselves as that team to be in a wild card hunt. And that's just a complete turnaround season that we saw from the beginning to where they're at now.
Should be a great game. Shout out to Sam King in the chat. Thanks for tuning in and then getting booted out. We're going to get out of here. Shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. For my co-host, Bomber, I am OSU. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys with a big win over the Colts. A great game here on NBL Live Broadcast 239. We hope you'll join us Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Wanted to make sure on that. Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time for Bengals and Browns. We're going to get out of here. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on NBL Live.